In a world of escalating trade wars and economic uncertainty, two of the planet's biggest industrial titans just made a move that changes the game. Welcome to Macro Central, where we connect the dots on the forces shaping your financial world. Recently, the United States and Japan finalized a landmark trade agreement. This isn't just another boring trade pact. It's a deal that sets a new global benchmark for tariffs, unlocks a staggering $550 billion in strategic investment, and directly impacts everything from the car you drive to the security of the entire Pacific region. Some are calling it the largest trade deal in history, a masterstroke that averts a catastrophic trade war. But others, especially in the auto industry, are warning this is a lopsided deal that could hurt American workers. So what's the real story? Today we're going deep. We will break down the three core pillars of this deal: the tariffs, the investment, and the strategic implications. We'll analyze who wins, who loses, and what this new U.S. Japan alliance means for you and for the global economic war with China. With that being said, let's kick off with part one, the tariff truce. To understand the significance of this deal, you have to understand the chaos it replaced. Just weeks ago, the U.S. and Japan were on a collision course. The Trump administration had threatened to impose a crippling 25% to 27.5% tariff on all Japanese auto imports, a move that would have devastated Japan's most important industry and sent car prices soaring for American consumers. This new deal pulls both countries back from the brink. The headline number is a new flat 15% tariff on Japanese goods entering the U.S., including cars. While this is significantly higher than the old 2.5% tariff on cars that existed for decades, it is a massive relief compared to the 25% threat. It provides something the global economy has desperately craved: clarity. European automakers with major U.S. sales, like BMW and Volkswagen, saw their stocks rally on the news. The thinking is that this 15% rate is the new benchmark. It sets the precedent for upcoming negotiations with other major economies like the European Union. The world can, as one analyst put it, live with 15% tariffs. It's not great, but it's not a catastrophe. But not everyone is celebrating. The United Auto Workers, UAW, and some American car manufacturers are furious. They argue the deal fails to protect them. Why? Because the 15% tariff on Japanese cars is lower than the 25% tariff still facing many other countries, and it doesn't include the same tough labor standards negotiated into the USMCA. They fear it creates an uneven playing field where Japanese automakers get a better deal than their American counterparts. So, while the tariff truce averted a wider war, the battle over its fairness is just beginning. But the second part of this deal is arguably even bigger: a $500 billion injection into the American economy. Moving on to part two, the $550 billion investment fund. This is the part of the deal that is truly unprecedented. Japan has committed to creating a $550 billion fund to invest directly into strategic sectors of the U.S. economy. Let's be clear, this is the single largest foreign investment commitment ever secured by any country. Japan is already the top foreign investor in the U.S., but this move cements that relationship for a generation. So, where is this money going? The White House has stated it will be directed at rebuilding America's industrial base in critical areas. From semiconductors, onshoring the manufacturing of advanced computer chips, to energy, which includes LNG, liquefied natural gas, advanced fuels, and modernizing the grid. And it also includes critical minerals, mining and processing the rare earth elements needed for batteries and high-tech manufacturing. And lastly, pharmaceuticals, ending the dependence on foreign nations for essential medicines. This is where the deal gets fascinatingly complex. While President Trump has claimed the U.S. will receive 90% of the profits, the exact mechanics of this fund are still unclear. Japanese officials have pushed back, stating that returns will be shared based on risk and contribution. This isn't just a trade deal, it's a strategic partnership. It's Japan betting big on the American economy, and the US using that bet to fuel its industrial policy. But this massive investment isn't just about economics, it's about building a united front against their biggest shared rival, Which leads us to part 3, the alliance against China. This deal cannot be understood without looking at the geopolitical chessboard. Every move here is about countering the rising power of China. For years, the U.S. has been concerned about its supply chain vulnerabilities, especially its reliance on China for everything from iPhones to antibiotics. This deal is a direct attempt to de-risk by shifting those supply chains to a reliable democratic ally. A key part of this is the Critical Minerals Agreement. This is huge. The Inflation Reduction Act, IRA, provides tax credits for electric vehicles, but only if the battery minerals are sourced from the U.S. or a free trade partner. This new agreement effectively gives Japan free trade status specifically for those critical minerals. This allows Japanese car companies like Toyota and Panasonic, which are investing billions in U.S. battery plants, to qualify for those lucrative EV tax credits. It's a move designed to build a secure, China-free supply chain for the future of transportation. The deal also tackles digital trade, aiming to create a framework that strengthens rules against data localization and protects cross-border data flows. A direct challenge to China's model of a censored and controlled internet. And finally, market access. For decades, U.S. automakers have complained about non-tariff barriers that made it almost impossible to sell cars in Japan. This deal includes a promise from Japan to eliminate additional safety testing for U.S. vehicles and accept American automotive standards for the first time, potentially opening the door for U.S. brands in a notoriously difficult market. In return, Japan will get increased access to sell American agricultural products like rice. When you put it all together, the tariff stability, the massive investment, the Critical Minerals Pact, and the digital trade rules, the picture becomes clear. This isn't just a trade deal. It's the foundation of a new, powerful economic bloc designed to compete directly with China. Let's summarize. So what does this all mean? The new U.S. Japan agreement is a complex beast. For the global economy, it provides a sigh of relief. The 15% tariff sets a predictable benchmark, averting a chaotic trade war and calming volatile markets. For the U.S. and Japan, it's a monumental strategic pivot. It intertwines their economies more deeply than ever before, creating a powerful alliance to counter China's dominance in critical industries. The $550 billion investment fund has the potential to reshape American manufacturing for decades to come. But for the American consumer and worker, the verdict is still out. While the deal avoids the worst-case scenario of 25% tariffs, prices for many goods, especially cars, will still be higher than they were just a few years ago. And the concerns from American unions about a lopsided playing field are real and will be a source of conflict for years to come. This deal is a high-stakes gamble. It's a bet that a powerful alliance with a trusted partner is the best way to win the economic competition of the 21st century. The world is now watching to see if that bet pays off. So what do you think about this new U.S.-Japan deal? Is it a masterstroke or a mistake? Let me know in the comments below. This is the kind of in-depth analysis we do every week here at Macro Central. If you want to stay ahead of the global economic shifts, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. Thanks for watching, and remember, when it comes to your money, knowledge is power.